So, in the 21st century, we are all global citizens. But what is the best way to understand a culture? Well, instead of spending an hour reading Wikipedia entry about some random timeline, I would like to propose a better way to understand a culture. And I think you have probably guessed it from the title of my slide, and that is to understand a culture through its food. The first step to understand a culture is to taste it. Well, what better way you could understand a culture than just eating? What do you have to lose? But keep in mind, weight is not factored into the calculation yet. We eat different food, and what we eat defines who we are and where we come from. Our tongue has different areas for taste, such as bitter, sweet, sour, and salty. And these are known as our palate. We taste different food, and this helps broaden our palate and expand our food boundaries. And this helps us paint a better image of the interconnected world. But now I have a question for you guys. How many of you had breakfast today? Okay, that's not a lot of people. But what do you normally see on a breakfast table? Like bacon, egg, cereal, maybe pancake, pizza, cold pizza, microwave pizza, maybe? But have you ever wondered why people in Japan are so fascinated by sushi? Or what people in India is having for breakfast? Or what is the correct way to pronounce baguette? I think it's baguette, right? So take me, for example. I am an international student, so I have a different experience in my food identity. I'm from Shanghai, which is located in the southern part of China. According to my parents, there are 4 major characters in a traditional Shanghainese breakfast. And they are 豆浆, 油条, 大饼, and 吃饭糕. So let's take a look at number 1. 豆浆is essentially Chinese for soy milk. It comes in 2 different flavors, sweet and salty. But wait a second, I get the soy milk part, but salty? Seriously? But surprisingly, yes, both versions of sweet and salty soy milk have die-hard fans. You could start a word by saying one's better than another. And after the drink, people usually move on to number 2, which is youtiao. It is one of the strangest things you possibly make with a piece of dough. You stretch it into long pieces and twist them together and fry it for a few minutes. There are multiple ways to enjoy youtiao, but one classic way is to dip it in soy sauce to add some flavor. And then we move on to number 3,